Hey guys, it's Gaijin Hunter. The much awaited Nioh demo is out right now. It's free for PlayStation 4 and available for only 10 days to play. It's kind of the nature of a demo to throw in a little bit of everything, so it's understandable that it's a lot to take in. The demo also does a very poor job of teaching you everything. In this video I hope to cover the basics of the combat system and gives you some tips as well. In this video I hope to cover the basics of the combat system as well as give you a few tips. Now the game starts out very hard, so understand that you need to not only get a hand on the system, but you also need to level up and get gear. So if you start out and you die a lot in the first 20 minutes, don't let that put you off from the game. Okay, for this tutorial we're going to start right at the beginning of the game. First thing you're going to need is a weapon, so go ahead and look at this guy on the ground here, hold down the circle button and you'll get your very first weapon in the game. When you defeat enemies, they'll drop weapons just like this, where you'll just pick them up. So now that we have it, press the touchpad in the middle to open up the kind of clunky menu, go to equipment, go to your melee weapon and go ahead and equip the katana. We're going to use this as a base to just go over the basic controls. There's only two buttons for attacking. Press the square one to do a normal attack. You can do several of these in a row. Go ahead and press the triangle button for a strong attack. In this case we have a very nice thrust. Now one thing I definitely want to talk about now before we get into everything else is the system of stamina. Notice how as you roll or you attack you run out of stamina. In this game they call it ki. You don't want to run out because if you run out you can't attack, you can't evade, you will get killed. Now there is a very critical system called the ki pulse. Watch my ki gauge as I attack and it goes down. And when I stop, watch how it lights up and then it starts to gradually restore. Well, when it lights up, if you tap the R1 button, you'll go ahead and use your ki to restore all of it. Now granted, it does go up and you do have to level this up, so right now it's really slow because I just started the game. What you can see here is that if you time it out right, you can reclaim most of your stamina that you just lost from a big attack. This allows you to then evade or go into another attack or do some other stuff as well. Arguably the coolest thing about this game is the position of your sword. There are three different ones. Hold R1 and tap one of the buttons that you see on the right to change your position. This is the upward position. It's very strong attacks that use a lot of stamina. The left one is your neutral, it's all about countering and guarding, and then below is your more defensive, fast but weak hitting attack one. Here we are in the upper stance here. You notice that you can still guard, just hold L1 and you'll guard. But for this position that's all it's really good for is emergency guarding. Let's go ahead and check out the different attacks that you can do. Okay, here are the normal attacks, which are pretty powerful, eat up a lot of stamina, so again, make sure you master the ki pulse. And here is the strong attack, it's just a nice twirl hit. Very fun style, this is definitely good for killing enemies, and if you're not going to be countering and you're just going in, I definitely prefer this. Okay, let's go into neutral position, which is actually all about guarding and countering. Watch when I'm holding my guard, my stamina or my ki will actually gradually replenish even though I'm in a safe position. So this is definitely a style where you're going to be wanting to guard a lot of the times, find an opening, do some attacks, and get out and counter some more. Okay, I'm in the upward position to show this, but watch what happens when I'm guarding and I'm not with full ki. It doesn't restore. But in the neutral position it does, so this definitely shows you the difference in the mentality of these two stances. And here's the strong attack for neutral, which we saw earlier. Okay, let's go down to low position. Low position is all about very fast, not powerful, but fast attacks that you can combo a bunch together, and it doesn't eat up a lot of your ki as well. So it definitely allows you to keep evading, jumping back, and doing a lot of hits if you have an opening. It's also good for depleting the ki gauge on your opponents as well. These are your low and your powerful attacks. They're pretty flashy. You would think that this would be the style for like massive countering, but it's actually more for just defensive and more technical play. Okay, so that basically covers it. You have your three positions for your sword, you have your normal combo attack or your weak attack, and then you have your finisher or your strong attack. Let's go ahead and put this to practice. Go run over here and there's one intro enemy, which is really good for practicing and getting good. Press and tap R3 to lock on to him. If you lock on, you'll notice you can see not only his health, but also his ki gauge as well. Here we're just holding L1 so we can guard. If you can get them to run out of ki, they're definitely not going to be able to combo, and they're going to be left open. One thing to note, if you're coming from Dark Souls or any game like that, if you get hit, you're in the middle of a combo, so you're just going to continue to keep getting hit. Don't try to evade out of it, you will die right away. Just go ahead and guard, and then you can go back into position. If you noticed, he had just ran out of ki, and if he's out of ki and you run up to him and press the triangle button, you'll do kind of like a visceral attack from like Bloodborne, which is pretty cool. If you go back to your shrine at any time, it will reset every enemy in the area except for demons, which remain defeated. This is a good way to do grinding. Also, it gives you 3 of those health items, so if you press up on the D-pad, you will be able to heal yourself. Let's lock in, and we're going to try out the top position here. You notice we're doing a lot more damage, and it's a lot more flashy. That's the real beauty of the upward position of your weapon. You definitely want to be good at stamina management, though, because those moves will use a lot of stamina, but they are worth it because they do a lot of damage. Okay, now that we have enough Amrita, which is kind of like souls, we can go ahead and level up our character. Now, I have a video I just posted to my YouTube channel, which I'll put in the description below, which tells you how to kind of level up really early in this game, which I think is very fun and definitely good if you're finding yourself getting frustrated right away. One thing to note here, though, whenever you do an upgrade, look at Samurai skill points in the middle of the right. You're definitely going to earn skill points almost every time you level up your character, and these are essential for building out your character and the abilities that you can do. Let's go ahead and do skill because we get 2 points, so I can show you off 2 different things. Go ahead and hit the touch panel of your controller to open up the menu again, and then what we're going to do is go over to here to learn skills. Go ahead and click that, and you notice we're in our katana page, and we have a whole bunch available. If you press R1 and L1, you can cycle through the different weapons you have available. Right now we have spear and axe, but there is also hammer as well. Ninja is kind of like, I would say, like an assassin, so they're kind of like buffs and debuffs. And magic is, of course, just like magic. We're going to go ahead and stick to just the katana because that's what we're using in this video here. Now you can go ahead and just read all the different skills that you can unlock. One cool thing is that you can press the triangle button to get a visual demonstration of what that move does. So let's go over and look at kick. Kick says that if I press the strong attack at the end of a normal attack like square, 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 triangle, I can do a kick, and the kick will deplete the ki gauge of my opponent, allowing me to stagger them so they can't attack or counter me. That's pretty cool. We're going to go down here. This says this is a high stance only. This is kind of a combo finisher. So if I hit square and then I follow up with the triangle button, I could do a new really flashy move here. That's awesome, so I'm definitely going to buy that. It's only 1 point, so we're going to go ahead and unlock that. And let's go check out the rest. Go ahead and read all of them. There's stuff that really focuses on buffing each position of each weapon. So finding out a weapon that you really like and a position that you're generally using for your playstyle is going to be really important earlier on in the game. So this is a great one. This is called Haze. This is a mid-stance skill. This allows you to parry. So if you're in the middle of a guard and then right before you get hit, not right before, but a little bit before, press triangle, and if you get hit during that counter period, you'll go ahead and parry and knock him behind you, and then you can hit him in the back. Okay, let's try out the new combo one that we got for our high stance. So we're going to go ahead and do square and then triangle to go ahead and get that finisher. Whammo, that is so cool. Let's go ahead and try out that mid-stance counter that we got. So remember, it's guarding and pressing triangle a little bit right before you get hit. Now, I really suck at parrying, and everybody who's watched me on stream will know this, so maybe you'll be good at it. But here we go, we pulled it off, and we were able to hit and kill him. Yay! Now, earlier on in the game, your weapons will deteriorate and break, so don't worry about it, just keep getting new weapons from killing enemies and equip and de-equip. But later on in the game, you can definitely sell items, and then as a reward, you'll get some drop items that allow you to sort of replenish the durability, like whetstones. Now, one thing to note is if you look at the blood stains, these are kind of stains of other players who have died, and you can go ahead and summon them onto your map and fight them. This is a level 10 guy, so I'm not even going to try to risk it. But these are a fun way to sort of just have something to do, to grind. It's a good opportunity to earn some items. Level 2, sure, let's try it out. Now, the AI for these guys is much different. They're going to try to mimic player behavior, so they'll guard more, they'll evade more. They're a little bit more challenging than your basic NPC, at least earlier on in the game. There we go, nice parry there. I really like these battles because it's really down to, you know, you move first, no I move first, and stuff like that. If you notice, he just dropped a really nice sword, and also some other weapons and items as well. Now, just for a quick demo, this is what happens if you bring your back to an enemy. Watch how bad you get killed. It's disgusting. It's almost instantaneous. Anyways, I hope that's a lesson to you guys. Don't put your back to the enemy. Do not fight them in more than one at a time. Do not get two or more unless you have a spear. Then you can probably handle them. And again, just level up and unlock some new moves. I think you'll find it fun. Now, when you die, you drop not only all your Amanita, or your souls, you also drop your Guardian Spirit. You can go ahead and reclaim them by just going back to where you dropped them and pressing the circle button. And don't worry, if you die, your Guardian will come back to you. You permanently lose the souls that you lost, but you do get your Guardian back, so don't worry, it's not like you're permanently losing them. Okay, last and not least, this is not something you're going to have to do earlier on the demo, but maybe later on, but as you sort of level up and you unlock a bunch of new skills, you'll have a bunch of them. If you go here, you can actually customize all the different combos that you can do. So this is the katana. If you look at L1 and R2, we can switch between upper stance, neutral stance, and lower stance. And for example, with the natural stance, we have 4 different attacks and then a finisher, and at each level of each attack, you can set off which skill is going to be the finisher for that point in the combo. So there's a lot of real heavy customization in this game, which is really exciting. Anyways, I hope you guys download the demo. It's free, it's on PlayStation 4, it's only available to play for 10 full days. Let's go ahead and play it and give our feedback to Team Ninja, and hopefully they polish this up some more and we have a fantastic game later this year. Until next time, happy demon hunting.